Hey everyone, it's Preeti here, and I finally read a book for the first time in forever. Yes, I'm thinking of that Frozen song too. But yeah, I finished a book yesterday because I just had an exam and I was like, I'm gonna read. And I did. And it was great. And I read Heartless by Marissa Meyer, which was a very interesting read and way better than I expected it to be. And overall, I'm very pleased with it. And I mean, it's Marissa Meyer, so what did I expect? Not that much. Heartless, actually, if you don't know, it's a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, but before Alice in Wonderland. And so it's actually about the Red Queen before she became the Red Queen. So essentially, it's how I became a villain story, and it's a pretty darn good one. I've never actually read a retelling where the main character is from Wonderland, and it was such a unique experience because even though I've never read the actual book, this reads a lot like what I imagined the actual book to be, or at least like what the atmosphere is. It's so true to form and I love it, even though I've never read the actual book. I cannot emphasize that enough. So the plot of the story starts with Catherine, who is just a young girl who wants to open her own bakery in a time where women didn't own businesses and were expected to kind of be sold off to the best buyer, though at the same time her parents wanted her to be happy by marrying the king, who by the way is really short. Not that there's anything wrong with short people, I'm just mentioning it. And here's the bad part. He's dumb. He's very, very dumb and very oblivious and a terrible king, and he has this dopey laugh and it sucks, and just no. So then of course when we see the other option, he's not really an option, he's actually the court joker, a new court joker that the king just appointed. His name is Jest, and he's amazing. The best joker you will ever freaking see. Of course he's gorgeous, and of course he's all rakish, and of course he loosens her corset strings when she faints and then hands them back to her when she goes back into her carriage. I know the book describes their romance is a forbidden romance, but I would not use those terms. For one, Jess was basically flirting with Catherine right in front of the king, and he didn't even notice. So that guy is pretty oblivious. That is definitely something I enjoyed about the book, because forbidden romances are not my thing. They have just never worked out well for me. Like, no. Keep it out in the open, but definitely be sneaky about it. Like, you know what? I don't have time to get into my romance loves. So of course, the crux of this book is that for a long time, several hundred pages, 100, 200, I don't know, but Jest is clearly into Catherine, and Catherine is clearly into Jest. But Jest at the same time is like, hey Catherine, go marry the king. I totally understand if you choose him over me. And like, hello, mixed signals much? And yeah, but turns out there is a way bigger plot to all of this than just the romance, which I'm super excited about. I'm actually not sure if this is an actual plot, but I don't think there is a prequel plot to the Red Queen, so I'm assuming this is all Marissa Meyer, and it's really good because, I mean, for one, we get to see the Hatter before he was the Hatter. Like, okay, no, he's still a Hatter, but he isn't insane, which is very cool to see because I have never seen a non-mental Hatter, and it was great. And there's such a cast of characters, and nothing is in black and white, although Catherine, several times she tries to make it black and white, which, and like, I could definitely see where she got her queenliness, but like her not good cleanliness. Not cleanliness. She's actually very clean, I think. I don't know. I haven't really seen her in real life, but she's queenly and rude. She can be rude. She's not a great person, which actually made her more realistic and also kind of more annoying, but it also stayed true to her character of the Red Queen, because you can't just become that evil out of nowhere. It has to start somewhere, and I like how the book incorporated that. And so basically the plot actually revolves around, it does evolve around love, and that does explain a good portion of what happens, but there's so much more to it. And there's a Jabberwock, and there's other courtships besides this, and there's a whole dynamic between Catherine and her fears and her family and everything that's holding her back, and one of those things that's holding her back is herself, and it's just like, dude, you can do whatever you want, but you're not doing it. What is wrong with you? And I don't know. So yeah, definitely after the first 100 pages, I totally got into this. I totally wanted to fight Catherine, even before she was the Red Queen. She wasn't a bad character. She was such a good character, and you don't even notice it until you're done with the book, which was kind of amazing. But, I mean, that's what Marissa Meyer does. I'm just gonna name drop her, like, forever, because this book is her. I don't know what else to say. don't know. I actually didn't have many expectations, but just know that it is worth the read. If you have super high expectations, I don't know, I've seen both 5 and 4-star reviews from people who are excited about it, so I guess it depends how picky you are and how much you are into retellings and Alice in Wonderland. But let me tell you, if you're into villain origin stories, you definitely need this in your life, and you will probably enjoy a great portion of it. And this is just a good story to have in your arsenal of stories that you've read, because it's so original and I love it. I love it. So I actually gave this book 4 stars because it highly exceeded my expectations. If it wasn't a retelling, I'm not sure I would have loved it as much, but it is, and you can't really separate a book once it's a book. You definitely do not want to miss out on this book. Don't forget to subscribe below for more videos. Hopefully I will be back soon with another review or a book haul, because I may have one of those coming up soon.